I'm saying to myself, what am I doing here? Are you crazy? And so I had to get my mind right. It's all about getting your mind right. Actually, we'll go back to Denver, view from the edge. I remember in Denver, I'm walking with Jerry, and I'm like, what am I doing here? We're walking. It's what 40 degrees outside. It's snowing. We're pulling his bag. He had just gotten in from the airport. We're pulling his bag, and I'm like, we had to stop every like 10 steps. So I remember going to family reunion, and I'm listening. In fact, View from the Edge was awesome. Marcus said it was awesome. It was great. But we talk about going to the events and the stuff I picked up at family reunion. It just kind of clicked. I listened, but hearing from Mia and Eric Belair, it was just amazing. Their commitment, their passion. I was like, if they feel this way about this business, I have to get started. I have to get started. The legwork has already been done. All we have to do is follow the system. When I got into the car business, I started so I hadn't had a pay. I'm just gonna say I hadn't had a paycheck since October. And when my brother asked me would I be interested in the insurance business, I'm like, of course. And I walked into Mike's office, and when I saw the opportunity, I said to myself, I can't not do this. It's all about what Mike said. What changed? What changed was me. Nothing about this business changed. It was me. I changed. I decided that I can do this business. I hope you realize the opportunity you have in front of you. The legwork has already been done. The legwork that Alex and Jenny have done, that Mike and Noel have done. And for the young people in this room, you may not see it. Everybody doesn't see it the same way. But when I saw the opportunity, I said to myself, I can't not do this business. This business, if you listen, it's funny. Mike says, what changed? Well, just over the last 3 weeks, I started using something I've heard probably, I don't know how many times, but it didn't register until I finally heard it. Let's just go and get you approved. I'm in the home. I'm like, let's just go ahead and get you approved. It works every single time. Had I been doing that 3 or 4 months ago, how many more people would I have helped? We're all about helping people. But just that little nugget. I know they had said that to me before, but I never heard it. I never heard it. So, we go to the events. How many people are going to Breakthrough? That's awesome. That's amazing. That is amazing. So I can't wait to get out to Orlando and be a Breakthrough. So we talk about, let's see, mindset, activity. I went back and I looked at what I had done the previous, let's say the first 2 months in the business. I said, well, I did, probably at $39.80 each month, right at the same for the first 2 months. And I self-evaluated. I'm like, I'm working 10 to 15 hours a week, and I'm still able to make $39.80. So I said, okay, after at family reunion, I'm like, okay, what if I worked 20 to 30 hours a week? So I can tell you, I'm still, even though I say I'm full-time, I'm still part-time. And as Mike said, I issue paid, but my premium was probably over 10,000 last month. And this month has been over 11,000. I self-evaluated. What if I put a little bit more time into this business? And that's what I decided to do. So when we're at family reunion, I walked up to Mike. Mike didn't come to me. I walked up to Mike and I said, hey, Mike, let's do this 6-week thing. And hearing Jake Joseph, because we all doubt ourselves at times. And I have doubted myself, but hearing Jake Joseph, that was amazing to me. That was kind of a turning point to me. He went 3 years, and he was like, hey, let's do this 6-week thing. And I don't know if you guys saw him use the activity book, but it was amazing, and then he put it up, I think it was a couple weeks ago. It's the activity, I heard Jara, I think it was yesterday. She talked about, she doesn't stop until she gets her, whether it's like Chris, 16 to 20 appointments for the 2 days, after dialing. I decided to myself, and I committed to Mike, so I wasn't going to not do it, but I committed to myself, I'm not gonna stop dialing until I get 5 appointments on Tuesday and 5 appointments on Wednesday. Now, other people, you know, they may be able to, Chris can run 8 appointments a day. He can run 10 appointments a day. We all have our own journey. We all have to remember that. You know, I would doubt myself. I'm like, hey, this person just got into business. They're doing 15,000, but we don't know how much money they had to pay on for leads. You know, they could have been already paying, like this gentleman said, $500. I wasn't able to do that. I had not had a paycheck since October. So I had gone through all of my savings because the mortgage business was an awesome business, but I'd gone through all my savings. So I didn't have the money to spend on leads right away. The first 2 or 3 months, all I got were a year old leads. And guess what? I was able to write business from those leads that were a year old. So it's not about, it's not about, you have to get your GMR set up. And I've actually even learned about this through the GMR. I address my leads right away. As soon as I see them come in, I make sure I call them right away. So there's so much, you know, you have to evaluate your activity. And then again, family reunion, the meetings are amazing, you know, so.
You said several key things. I think one is just the fact that you've chosen to basically take advantage of our office. You've been at the key events like the View, family reunion, but like you said, there's specific things that clicked with you. Like the one you said was when you saw Jake Joseph talking about using his activity book and putting in that 6-week burst and choosing to step up your activity. That is a huge thing.